So let's talk about today some ways that you can get more nutrient dense foods added to your holiday side dishes. And some might call these superfoods, but they're really just nutrient dense foods that have been linked to various health benefits. So, what are some ways that we can add in some of these extra quote unquote superfoods to our meals? Well, let's first start with some dark leafy greens. Now, I don't know about you, but I do like to have a salad, and it's usually a spinach salad during the holidays. And with like your dark leafy greens comes vitamin A, vitamin K, and iron, which is really good nutrient dense foods. And they're very good micronutrients for your body. So another thing that you can do to add even more nutrient dense foods to the dark leafy green vegetables is, or to the salads, you can add some roasted squash. You can add pomegranate seeds, cranberries, or even fruit slices like pears or apples. Those are great ways to season a salad. And then you can also add some pumpkin seeds or some sunflower seeds or even citrus in general. These are great ways to dress up a salad and have more nutrient dense foods. Along with that, you can also have beets. Beets added to a salad, that's something good too. You can do roasted beets or pickled beets. And you can also remember when you add these to salads that they're also anti inflammatory, which brings me to blueberries or berries. Blueberries and berries in general, they're higher in fiber, but they're also full of antioxidants. You can use blueberries and you can make even smoothies. That might be a good breakfast the morning of Thanksgiving is to have a good smoothie. Something else you can add to your salads, yet again, I'm going back to the salads, is a homemade salad dressing. And you can make those salad dressings with citrus. You can also use olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and these are great options because they're more nutrient dense. Winter squashes, these can be for your side dish, or these can be added to salads also. You can add anything into a salad, even leftover turkey. So start thinking about those leftover meals for the couple days after Thanksgiving. But winter squashes, whenever you roast them, butternut squash, pumpkin, acorn squash, you can add those into salads, or those are great side dishes just roasted on their own. And you can even top them with some of the above ingredients that we talked about, a little bit of pomegranate, a little bit of cranberry. These are just great ways that you can give your side dishes a boost with those nutrient dense foods. So let's also talk a little bit about when you're hosting holiday meals. That can be a stressful time, but I was thinking about giving a few tips. So, one tip is purchasing pre cut veggies for your main dinner so that they're already cut. That's just one less way to be stressed out during the holidays when you're trying to cook for others. Or you can have them as appetizers, have them on hand. And another thing to do with those roasted vegetables, or the pre cut vegetables, is to add Greek yogurt as a dipping for the side. You can add extra seasonings into the Greek yogurt. You can even add a little bit of peanut powder if you're having some fruit to make it more of a sweet and savory type of dip. You can add in some really good seasonings to almost make it taste like ranch, the dip that you can. So, adding Greek yogurt is a great way to boost protein intake for an appetizer, or even to top a baked potato, or even to top your potatoes or add into your mashed potatoes for that matter. Think about 3 ingredient appetizers. This is a great way to cut down on stress because sometimes we try to make all the things, but just one like little 2 or 3 ingredient appetizers is also another great choice. And you want to keep your sides simple. Possibly just roast green beans instead of the casserole, like I've talked about before. Toast some almonds to top it with, or you can even saute onions. But think about roasting your vegetables, roasted green beans, roasted Brussels sprouts. This is just an easy way and a more simplified way to make your side dishes that are also more nutrient dense. And you can also think about soups like butternut squash soups. If you do that in the crock pot, that cuts down on time. You can get it ready even the night before for that matter, and then just throw everything from a big Ziploc bag into the crock pot and let it sit all day until it's time for that Thanksgiving dinner. Also, have a few creative non-food related ideas for your family to do. You might want to think about going for a walk, going out for a hike, or even taking part in a turkey trot. Now, let's look at some other ways to enjoy the holidays and keep on your sustainable plan. So, one, remember your goal. Two, protein first. Always fill up on that protein first. That's a game changer. Three, don't feel guilty or like you have to eat what your friend or relatives brought. This is a big hole that a lot of people fall into. They feel guilty. So don't let the food guilt rule you when it comes to the holidays. Also, heavier dishes. This is something that I just saw, and I think this is really interesting. If you have like a cornbread stuffing, or if you have something that's just heavier, like really heavy cream that could be really dense in calories, go ahead and put those in ramekins. So they're almost like portion controlled. So then you still get to enjoy it without worrying about overeating that particular food item. Even making mini pies, like little mini pumpkin pies, little mini apple pies, just bites like brownie bites, things like that, that are just in a bite sized form. So you can still try it and you still get the taste, but you're not technically overindulging in it. And also, my other big tip for the holidays is swapping processed white sugar for maple syrup, honey, or applesauce when baking or even on your dishes. And another thing you can do if you're going to a lot of events or gatherings is you can offer to bring the side dish, your favorite side dish, to the gathering that you've made a little lighter, that you've included more of these nutrient dense foods. And lastly, I want you to release the guilt if you did take that extra bite of something during the holidays.